Good afternoon, everyone. So, after the earlier modules, which wherein we learned that as a medical writer, what we are supposed to write and how are we supposed to write, let's move to the next module, which is the professional medical writer. I won't say that everything which I have tried to cover in this module is new. Many of these pointers you would have explored online otherwise also, such as what is the career scope for a medical writer, what are the essential tools that we need while working. And what I would like to stress upon in this module is the third part, which will talk on the ethics, compliance, and guidelines, which we really need to follow always and every time while writing every single bit of content piece. And then we will also touch upon building how building your professional brand is crucial. So, see, till now in the first four modules, we have tried to cover what to write as a medical writer and how do we do that. And now we will, as we discussed, let us go ahead and touch upon all these three, four pointers. We'll cover the structure, the tools, and responsibilities in the form of ethics and guidelines that we need to follow as a medical writer. Let's start with the first part of the module, which is on career pathways. So, as I am sure all of us already would be knowing that there are two main verticals wherein we can go ahead and explore the opportunities either as a salaried employee or as a freelancer independent contractor. So both the verticals have their own pros and cons. Whereas being a part of an in-house team gives you a stable source of income, and then with the team comes the collaborative support, right? But again, there are a few cons. We all know about the how does a corporate work. Then, if we are talking about the freelancing options, then certainly you get more variety of clients, you get more variety of medical writing tasks, but at the same time, this workflow is not very consistent. So, yeah, we can go ahead and we can explore the vacancy options at medical communication agencies. They are more or less, we can say they give you a hybrid wala flexibility. You will be an employee, which will ensure some stability as well as since medical agency communication agencies themselves are associated with multiple pharma clients, you will get a variety of projects. So, this is very subjective and no one can comment on what is right for you. You have to find out your own answers, right? I mean, if you have responses to these questions, the path which you can go ahead with would be pretty much clearer. But I would still say that one thing is your choice and market availability options also play a major role. Now, coming to the medical writers toolkit, we have already covered them. We have talked about them in the first two modules also. So we will just revise them again. First tool which you should be really handy with is the reference manager. Anything. Mendeley, I personally use Mendeley, but otherwise EndNote is also good. So you need to see because for standardization of any article references, you do need a reference manager. And also it would save a lot of your time. So pick any one of them and try to get the expertise. Coming to the second tool. So first is the reference manager. Coming to the second tool, which is writing and editing software. Grammarly is very easy to use. You can go ahead and use it for cleaning and grammar hygiene of your document. PerfectIt is also good enough for uh, spelling, hyphenation, I mean all the grammar part. Talking about the third tool, I won't say this is something which makes your work easy, but I would say this is a crucial pillar of the medical writing which you can't escape from, right? So, plagiarism is a big no-no in medical writing industry. So, please be very sure about it. Whatever you are writing using AI, make sure that it is run through some humanizer software, or just sit and review it and revise it appropriately so that the data which goes ahead is not plagiarized from your side. Talking about the fourth tool, you see these are the project management tools. You need not to learn about these tools, but you just need to be familiar with some such tools which are available. So there is Trello, there is Monday.com. So in a way, these are spreadsheets, or these are platforms which different teams use for interacting at a professional level. So, for example, there is a file which needs medical editing. It will be moved to the medical editors team, and then if needs some copy editing, or some editing related to the video or graphic element, it can be moved to the different team on the same platform. So these are the project management tools for streamlining the processes. Now coming to my favorite section of the module, which is on ethics and compliance. See, as an educated professional, we must say a big no to any type of plagiarism, any type of unethical practice. Right. So, otherwise, also, I mean, if in any aspect, this defines your integrity, your compliance with the ethics and guidelines. Ethical violations can certainly end your career, and so I would say that this is not optional, but it is the foundation of any profession, not just the medical writing. Now, the key guidelines which are followed in the field of medical education, medical writing per se, are GPP and ICMJE. So, what exactly is GPP? GPP is good publication practice. So, there is a set of guidelines, laid in guidelines, that ensure medical publications are produced in an ethical, transparent, and responsible manner. And it's really not very difficult to open these guidelines in front of you while reviewing or rewriting any article. Now, talking about the International Committee of Medical Journal Editors, it will provide you recommendations for reviewing and revising the articles for journals. It also defines these guidelines have the defining criteria for the authorship and editorship. In the journals, we have editorial board, we have editor-in-chief, and then we have authors. So all those guideline criteria are, all those selection criteria are a part of those guidelines. Now, yeah, this is not very essential to know, but since we have talked about the journal guidelines, so we can know this fact also, that to become an author, there are 4 criteria that need to be met. First, you certainly in drafting that particular content piece, yours should be the substantial contribution. Then two, uh, for important intellectual content, what exactly would it imply? The data part needs to be drafted by you. Then, after all the revisions done by you and the contributing authors, or even the medical writers, the final version needs to be approved by you, and then you should be accountable for all the aspects of this work. So medical writers generally would fulfill the first two criteria, right? Now talking about the plagiarism, a big no. Ghostwriting is again the unethical practice of a writer's contribution. See, uh, if uh, what exactly the guidelines ask for, if you are taking some additional help for your colleague, that needs to be acknowledged. Okay, so as co-authorship or as the contributor authors, there is a separate defined section in any article. But if you are taking some assistance and it is not acknowledged in your content piece, then this would count as unethical. Okay, now coming to the confidentiality, certainly as a medical writer, you will be handling a lot of sensitive information and data. So you have to maintain adequate confidentiality, and you will be asked to sign non-disclosure agreements because since the information is confidential, the signing NDA becomes a crucial part of your profile. So wherever you are putting in your sign, you must make it a habit of reading that document thoroughly. Now, see, whether you are employed or not, whether you are a fresher or a seasoned medical writer, what I have learned from my personal experience that it is always very important to keep building your professional brand, to keep building your portfolio, right? So your portfolio, your resume should reflect all the uh, types of work, all the types of tasks which have been sort of ladder for your career growth. So whatever you are doing, you have to keep in mind that it must help you in achieving a particular goal, in reaching towards a specific direction, right? Not like a scattered plot approach, but it should be a focused direction in which you should be heading towards. So you have to build in your portfolio because certainly it will be the proof of your abilities. What should be included in the portfolio? If you have experience, certainly you should include all the samples. If if your organization policies allow this, otherwise, whatever can be anonymously included, that should be done with all confidential information being removed. And if you are new, then you should create some samples to showcase to your potential employers. And blog is something which can be written by anyone, right? Then again, what these I feel that while drafting your resume, you should be focused on the transferable skills. Then you should use keywords which reflect your portfolio very clearly, and you should use objective terms. So if you are well versed with PerfectIt, or if you are well versed with Grammarly or Authenticate, then it should reflect in your resume. And then it's always, I have heard it quite often from my mentors that your resume should not talk about subjective terms such as good or substantial. Rather, the resume should talk objectively, like your contribution. enhanced the portfolio, enhanced your team's portfolio by 2 times, right? So there should be, or by 30%, there should be objectivity in your resume. Please do not refrain, do not hesitate from networking. Go ahead and meet new people from first from your own industry, then across industries. It will certainly help you uh, in long term. Yeah, this is also very important. If you are considering to pursue medical writing as your career, then please do consider to become a member of either of these international associations. It is like one-time investment, but it will certainly pay you later on. So with this, we come towards the conclusion. Choose a career path which suits your goals. I will stick to the second and the third key pointers, which talk about mastering the essential tools such as Authenticate, such as Grammarly, such as Mendeley, and then please stick to strong ethical principles, and then certainly keep building, keep enhancing your professional portfolio. Thank you. Let's meet again in the sixth module. Bye bye.